On this episode of Bird's Eye View, I sit down with Daniel Hooper, Director of Marketing for one of the largest LED manufacturers in the country, Formetco. In this episode, we talk about high school sports, the digital world of out-of-home, and what the future holds. Enjoy.
Thanks for sitting down with us to talk Formetco. And just kind of kick things off, man. 2023 has been a big year for many different reasons. Catch us up on Formetco in 2023.
2023, man, has been, we're building additional business units now as far as we're expanding our word. So I guess, let me ask you this. Are we talking out of home? Are we talking sports? Are we talking Formetco as a whole or what?
I'd like to talk about Formetco as a whole, and then let's
Then drill down.
chip away.
Okay. As a whole, man, I mean, our work, our staff has doubled in 2023 from what it was.
What's that like? What's that like adding twice as many people in the building?
It's ridiculous the amount of Formetco t-shirts I have to buy now.
Yeah, dude. The logistics.
That's where my marketing budget's going now.
Of the merch.
Yeah.
Dude,
And so
yeah.
it's funny, like we're talking about that now going into 2024. I'm like, wait a second. Are t-shirts for employees operational cost or are they marketing cost?
Yeah.
So it's
Somebody call Shelly. It's Shelly, right? Yeah,
it's
somebody
Shelly.
call Shelly. Why do we categorize
Can we
this?
get this PO approved
Yeah.
or issued?
We love Shelly at Steinberg. When Shelly sends us a PO, that's a good thing. That's a great thing.
It's a lot more solid than Daniel Hooper calling you up.
Yeah,
She's got
it's okay.
But yeah, I mean, so we're building out the staff, we're building out each business unit, further expanding even their help. We put Britt McConnell has moved into a sales director role for digital, and he's just been an all-star. I mean, just absolutely killing it. It's kind of something that we've been talking about for a little while now, and that it's been under wraps, but we're officially in the structures game now.
Yeah.
We opened up a plant in Tyndall, Georgia. Then right now we're planning on the go live date on that business unit as being the first week of November.
Wow.
So we're really excited about
We'll blink. Today is October 4th. We will blink.
shooting videos down there in a couple weeks, and that's just like one of the last pieces of collateral that I need to kind of further, go live with that. So,
Yeah.
and that's an exciting new business unit. I mean, it really means like turnkey from the ground up, like from the dirt up. I mean,
Yeah.
we're doing it all, and it's one person, one project manager. That's one of the things we're pretty excited about. This our one project manager handles everything.
That's right. And that's something that I've been so encouraged, at least since Steinberg came on the scene and working with you guys for the last 2 years, is to watch you guys be really, really good at one thing, figure out and identify problems that may be hiccups. That's not necessarily your responsibility, but you've identified problems and you're like, you know what? We're getting in the structure business. You know what? We're getting in the sports business. You know what? We're going to help you create. I love y'all's creative library on your website.
Thank you.
You're just giving like ad copy for free away to billboard companies.
I mean,
People love that. It's like, thank you. I'm not an artist. I need this.
So I every time somebody downloads one, I get a form that comes in that says, "Hey, someone downloaded." And there's some, especially as we start approaching a holiday, there's days where my inbox is just nothing but form filled out, content downloaded. Yeah, we get a lot of traffic in that. We've got some great. There's some great designers in the industry as is that contribute to that.
Sure.
So and then also though we try to make we've got a joked around and said like how Target has its own brand, right? Like 100% can just look at a Target ad without even the bullseye being in there and know that it's,
You know it.
that it's Target. We're also doing some of that like with some of our creative as well, that we're trying to come up with a Formetco look.
That's right.
That if you're running,
That's Formetco. Formetco did that. You can see the footprint or the symptom of, oh, that's a Formetco.
that's a
ad.
Formetco. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's neat though when you're driving around. I mean, we're all of us are all over the country all the time, and it's neat when you see your own ad up.
That's
you know,
right.
just a free piece of creative that
That's right.
somebody while it's remnant inventory, it's still neat to see.
Yeah. So we've talked about a little bit about Formetco. Let's dig down into like digital, Formetco digital, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we are at the IBO conference here in Indianapolis, and we're not only Signbird, but Formetco serves the out-of-home industry. Let's talk about digital out-of-home. You guys have been killing it this year. And Signbird can see that because we're shooting all the inventory or all the installs when they go live, right? I'd like to speak to and ask you to speak towards, we talked about legacy a lot yesterday. When was Formetco founded?
So Formetco's 1968.
1968. It's 2023.
Right. And 1968 as a panel manufacturer. So, I mean, it's been billboards. It's been out of home the whole time.
Yeah. Not only is Formetco have the legacy, but you're forward thinking. So you're getting the structure business, right? Sports, which we'll talk about later. You've made a home and staked your flag in the sign business, billboards. What is it about Formetco that allows it to have this culture, this, and I use this as a compliment, obsession with out of home? Like, speak to that for a second. Why is Formetco going all in and out of home?
So I really think it is very legacy. It is based upon our founder, Larry Garrett, and our kind of reverency towards him and towards his ambition. At the time when he founded the company, Armco Steel thought that the billboard industry with the Highway Beautification Act was not going to go anywhere. That basically that was going to be a dead industry. He said, "I'm all in."
Yeah.
And it's almost, again, I go back to just reverency towards what he was passionate about and what he really built the company upon. And we've built, I mean, a culture around it. I mean, I don't know that there's anybody that serves the out-of-home, the operators as completely as we do. Like, I mean, again, kind of going structures, going face, going all the hardware. I mean, Formetco products.
We even talk about Formetco hardware, right? You guys are selling climber packages, right, for installers.
Climber packages. I mean, we've got a safety class, in which it's tailored towards
great
the
safety
out-of-home.
class. Shout out to Jim Pogue for leading that, and
Jim's a safety guru in the industry.
Yeah.
He's the go-to when there's an issue. Everybody knows to call Jim Pogue.
It's a great place to be when you're a company who can serve all aspects. You talk about that keyword, turnkey, being a turnkey solution. Not only are we going to help you, and by the way, I've heard stories about you guys going to city council meetings and helping billboard operators apply for sign permits. You guys do a ton.
Oh, yeah.
And you're a resource not only from point A to point Z, and then after that with Signbird, of course, helping folks get great professional photos and videos to sell that ad space. Because when you can help them sell it,
that's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, it's being a resource. Rather than, because for a little while there, I think we did the whole marketing of, hey, look at our shiny widget. Like we have the shiniest widget.
Yeah.
And then we started realizing, like, everybody claims they have the shiniest widget, How can we help an operator, make more money, sell more ads, get a billboard, up quicker? How can we help them, really build their own legacy?
That's right.
And we've gotten very laser focused on that, on being a resource for our operators. And I think that's really what's kind of put us over the top now, is that everybody in the company, it's a culture now. Everybody thinks that way, is, hey, what can we do next? What can we do more?
To have a company with the legacy that you guys have back to 1968, to be thinking about the next thing, that takes, in my opinion, years and generations of folks to come in, to buy all in, to subscribe to that culture, be champions of it. And Signbird looks to Formetco, right? Like I love our conversations because I get to hear what Formetco is thinking about next with sports, with structures, all these different things. So appreciate all you guys do.
Yeah, man. The Signbird packages, though, are, I mean, so top notch, because other than that, I mean, we're relying on, well, say for instance, even for our own repository of images for what we do. I mean, what we get out of it, it's fantastic as well. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, and I think the operators, I think at first we were saying, well, let's see what the operators think. We have gotten nothing but, I mean, people come to us all the time. They're like, one of the best things you've ever done at Steinberg.
Well, you're
Inclusion.
making me
I'm like,
blush, man.
It's,
I appreciate you guys.
it's an additional great resource. Maybe,
Well, thank you.
maybe one of our top resources that we offer.
Daniel, thank you. You're too kind. So let's talk about Formetco Sports.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we talk about it because I've been so encouraged this year. You guys had your Formetco Scoreboard Summer Camp
We did.
where you invited local high schools, athletic directors, coaches, booster club members, all to descend upon your recently renovated Formetco facility showroom, which is awesome, by the way, which
you.
we shot just a few short weeks ago.
Yeah.
You can go watch that video. It's an awesome display of Formetco and your product. Let's talk about sports for a second. What is it about let's call it the athletic industry that speaks to Formetco, and why has Formetco decided to invest time, energy, and resources in sports?
Well, I think largely because it kind of started out as, I mean, we know we have a tried and true, tested 365-day, product that exists outdoors in the elements. I mean, it's a rugged product.
Yeah.
And so, well, what's a video scoreboard, right? And well, it's just an LED display with different software on it. And so we said, well, why can't we do that? And also, like, we're doing turnkey.
Yeah.
Schools, a lot of times, I mean, they've only had one or two options out there. They historically just do the same thing over and over.
They don't know any
again.
different.
They don't know any different. They don't know that there's, that there's different software applications out there for scoring. They don't, all the different elements that go into it. And so a lot of what we saw, and especially on the high school side, was that they only are doing what they already know, or they're completely uneducated and and they need what we're already doing in out of home, which is doing all the hand holding. Athletic director doesn't want to be on the phone with the local steel contractor, doesn't want to have to talk with the the electrician, the running the fiber, we basically, with that athletic director comes into our showroom, is excited about what they're
Sees the possibilities, gets excited about
That's
it.
what we do. I mean, we show them really. I mean, we do a full branded event for them. Their school, we show their hype videos. We show, we make animation packages specifically for that school. Bring them in there, let them know what it's really going to be like. Like, here's your board, and we size it and scale it on our big, massive board that we have in the showroom, and say, hey, basically, like, here's what game day is going to look like for you. And they get really excited about it.
Experience is key.
And I mean, once the deal is done, I mean, after that, it's a project manager that's handling everything.
Formetco picks it up, takes it from A to Z, and now after it's installed, Steinberg's going out and shooting. We've shot
right.
Cambridge High School, Pope High School. We got Colquitt County coming up soon. And these scoreboards are bad to the bone, man. These things are awesome.
High schools these days, man, are doing. I mean, they are collegiate pursuing pro level boards.
Yeah.
It's really neat to see. I mean, the summer camp program, right? That was like geared largely towards students with the idea of the continuing education on the software and the components and how to bring in lights and audio, cameras, all into the whole game day experience. How you integrate that with the video display. And it's really neat to see, maybe they're not the quarterback, but they're all-stars within their school.
That's right.
For the sake of what they're doing, because they're creating all the content. They're the ones putting the players on camera.
That's right.
And they're excited. And it's created school programs, within itself. It's all based upon the idea of basically building a show. That's largely what these kids are doing.
That's right.
And where they're going to go.
I love that.
It opens up so many opportunities now.
I was so encouraged. A story at that summer scoreboard camp from one of I believe he's a state championship high school football coach. I mean, he's legit. I think it was like John Creek High School or something like that. Anyway, I'm butchering probably the high school, but what he said was so important. It resonated with me. they use their Formetco scoreboard as a fundraiser opportunity. They bring the whole community to the stadium. They run classic movies, and they have a movie night for the community on their scoreboard, and they use it to raise funds for the athletic program. And I thought that was brilliant, that it's this community experience that everyone, for very different reasons, can enjoy and utilize.
We've seen schools really, I mean, now we take ideas that other schools are doing and promote them, and promote them. But I mean, largely, again, going back to the kids, there's insanely creative. I mean, like one of the biggest things that we heard was a Madden competition.
Yes.
Playing Madden in real time on this,
playing Madden on a football field scoreboard, like that's just awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, they made it like a bracket system. Some tickets were limited, and it sold out instantly.
Yeah.
We see a lot of one of the schools we're working with now is doing a raising money for student athlete mental health.
Yes.
And so the funds from the ads that are run on the board go to that. And when you start seeing, again, students driving this, going, hey, here's what we can do. Here's how we can raise awareness for things. Here's how we can raise money. And they become very passionate about creating all this content. It's exciting to see what they come up with next.
Absolutely.
It's inspiring.
They're driving the creativity of what's possible with these.
Right. Because we think we know the narrative, or, originally we thought we knew the narrative, right? Like, here's what you can do with it. Here's, and you always say, the possibilities are limitless, right?
Yeah.
They really are limitless.
I've seen and listened to several entrepreneurs outside of the LED space talk about launching a product. And I'm reading a book right now where they say if it's just 80% done, sit and give it out to the public, because the public will drive development on what's capable. You put it out to the public, you'll be surprised at what your product is being used for. So it's exciting to see. So we're at the IBO conference here in Indianapolis. Let's talk digital out of home. And something you've said to me in the past that I'd love to hear your thoughts on again. If a random billboard company were to walk upon us right now as we're talking and said, Daniel Hooper, Formetco, great. I'm a billboard company. I want to build my first digital billboard. What advice would you give them?
I would say, he was kind of joking, somewhat jokingly, you probably need to vet it by Britt McConnell.
Yeah.
Our director.
Shout out
of sales.
to Britt McConnell.
Britt is the guy. I mean, he's everybody's in the industry right now. He's making a name for himself as the go-to guy as far as being able to, get you up and running. I mean, answer all the questions. I mean, operators that have been in the business for years are still call them and say, hey, what do I do about this?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got this here. I've got this aging inventory. How do I, best say, what am I going to replace? Hey, how do I get a permit?
Yeah.
He's a phone call away. I mean, that's one of the things that this is the relationship with these folks at the IBO.
That's right.
And I mean, they all have our cell phone numbers. We're friends with everybody here.
That's right.
And I think that's what's really cool about this, about the IBO in itself, is that a lot of times, sometimes most days you go to work, right? When you go to the IBO, though, it's kind of like going and it's a conference, but
family
you're hanging
reunion.
You're hanging out with your friends, So it's a good time.
Yeah. And I think to add to that, to the Formetco, what I observe as the Formetco culture, creating and encouraging not only your company, but its employees to invest in those around you. And I've definitely been bit by the Formetco bug, and y'all do a great job. So Daniel, thank you guys so much for doing what you do. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah, man.
All right,
absolutely, man.
Thank you.